tuning in to UTV News.
Today we have a winter holiday special. This episode contains a plethora of videos produced by our amazing video production students here at Upland High School.
We're going to be showing all sorts of festive segments, from holiday cooking in the kitchen with Lauren Barnhart and making Christmas treats, and to looking at the hills of San Antonio Heights at the Upland Star, and so much more.
First up, let's take a look at the annual Riverside Festival of Lights with
My name is Miranda Regal. I'm from Rancho Cucamonga, California.
My name is Kenneth Torres. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
My name is Marlena Reaver, and I'm from Moreno Valley.
And I'm Michelle, and I'm from Upland.
My name is Christopher, and I am from Riverside, actually, just a few exits away.
My name's Stephanie Sollingham.
Colin Van Vliet.
And we're from La Habra, California.
We would usually drive around to see the Christmas lights on Sapphire and Thoroughbred over in Rancho, but this year my husband and I decided we were going to come to Mission Inn.
On Christmas we usually get together, so me and my immediate family, meaning myself, my husband, my in-laws, and then sometimes my mom, my siblings, and their kids.
We usually go up to my wife's grandmother's house and we just have a meal together and open presents after the meal.
Usually they do the gift exchange with their immediate family, and then we come over and then we have dinner and we chit-chat.
Well, I like spending time with my family, you know, getting to know what they've been up to over the year. And I like conversating with them, spending time with them, seeing what they're about, future plans, vacations, simple stuff.
Well, for myself, I actually fly out to Chicago, Illinois, and I go visit my family for about a week.
Usually we celebrate with our whole family on Christmas Eve, having a party with stockings. And then on Christmas Day, we do our immediate families and open presents.
It's been great. We were kind of expecting a little bit more just because there's been so much for parking. It's been hard to find a spot, and we drove around for an hour, but for 5 minutes of lights, it's pretty great.
Wow, I've actually never been asked that, but it's amazing, just to see all these smiling faces, knowing that these people have been around for years just to come look at the lights.
So fun. We just started, but we've come a year before, and every year it's just so fun to see the lights and celebrate the Christmas spirit.
Oh, it's wonderful. I always think it's amazing just how beautiful all the lights are and how they do little different things every year.
This is my first time here, and I think it's really, really beautiful, so I really like it.
I really liked the archway that was that had the lights on the top, and it was kind of like a Hogwarts corridor, in the, you know what I mean, with the candles.
Craziest Christmas decoration.
The narwhal.
Oh, go ahead.
We have a little manger of our own out front of our house that has, we want to add a narwhal to it, but we have a llama, a pig, and a hippo that light up.
I would have to say here.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's really amazing. I really like it, yeah.
Stockings.
We do stockings. Well, me and my mom are in charge of stockings for over 60 something people, so we do stockings for everyone.
I don't know if it's weird, but my husband bought these Santa hats, and mine has a crown, right? And December 1st, and right before Christmas, he's like, put on your Santa hat, babe, wear it to work. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
My mom's one of 8, so I have 43 cousins, and we do a Christmas girls sleepover where we all do matching pajamas and make gingerbread houses.
Well, we usually like to go to the movies a day before, and just watch how evolution has came across television over the years.
We usually on Christmas Eve will we'll open up a present, and it's usually pajamas. So
There's this one thing where it's called hide the pickle. We have this little pickle ornament that we put on the trees, and then everyone has to try to find it, and whoever finds it gets a prize.
Social security number.
From where?
Oh, cool. Okay. I went to Altaloma High School.
I was homeschooled.
Okay. Which high school did you go to?
I was homeschooled.
Really? I didn't know that.
What a spectacular lights show this year. As a matter of fact, marks the 25th anniversary of the Festival of Lights.
Next, we are going to my segment with the Christmas tree lot and comparing other Christmas trees to others. The Christmas tree really is a staple in our holiday traditions, so it's important to choose the right one for you and your family.
My name is Josh Sherrod, and we are at the Home Depot in Upland at the Colonies.
I'm Aaron, and I'm a sales associate. Busiest day for us, probably the first week of December. That's when everyone's gonna get them because they're fresh. We get them from Oregon, and a company over there just cuts down this big lot, and they send it to Orange County, and Orange County brings it over here, and that's how they sell them from here.
So now we're visiting some Douglas firs. This is a 7-foot Douglas fir, a little more reasonably priced, around the $40 to $50 range. And this is typically the kind of tree that our household owns. But now we're looking at some Fraser firs, and these are priced right around the $60 range, so they're mid-price. And as you can see, the leaves are a lot different than the Douglas fir. Now we're at the Highland Garden Center, which is off of 19th and Campus. A little bit more of a high-end Christmas lot. As you see around you, Christmas trees are already stood up.
My name is Megan. I'm the assistant manager at the nursery and for the tree lot. What we recommend is taking it home, filling the water bowl with warm water, and the hot water will melt any sap that has hardened. And then the keeps it green, keeps it liquefied, and so the tree can keep pulling water up through the pores and stay fresh longer.
So now we're standing by the Douglas firs, and they don't have as wide a selection as Home Depot does, but they are, again, well taken care of. And the firs here are a little more pricey than the ones at Home Depot. So now we're looking at some grand firs, and just like the last lot, these are mid-range trees. Very leafy, and around $80 to $90 for a decent-sized tree. Now we're at the Lowe's, located off of Benson near Foothill. And as you can imagine, the same kind of offerings of Christmas trees that Home Depot has, they have here as well, and very similarly priced. Now we're standing in front of the Grand Firs. Again, this is one of the middle-of-the-road Christmas trees in terms of price and size. Here, they're priced around the $55 to $60 range. Now we're in front of the Douglas firs. This is the low end of the Christmas tree range in terms of pricing, and again, it's similar to what you would find at Home Depot. Now we're standing in front of the Fraser firs, just like we did in front of Home Depot. Again, these are similar priced and a similar stock in terms of the number of trees available. So our Christmas tree comparison shopping is done, and I think what we've concluded is that both Lowe's and Home Depot have the cheaper prices, a pretty decent selection, while the Highland Garden Center definitely takes better care of their trees and probably has a wider selection of most of the trees other than the Douglas firs. Happy holidays.
Having said that, let's take a look at Alina Correa's History of Santa Claus segment.
The legend of Santa Claus traces back to hundreds of years ago, sometime around 280 AD. His name comes from Dutch words Sinterklaas, which is what the Dutch call their favorite saint, Saint Nicholas. In December of 1931, Coca-Cola introduced a new, friendly, human image of Santa to be used in advertisement. Before, he was drawn in many different ways, some even being a bit scary.
'Cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. He's got a bag that is filled with toys for the boys and girls again. Hear those sleigh bells jingle jangle, what a beautiful sight.
Let's head to the kitchen with Lauren and see some holiday treats.
Have a holly jolly Christmas, it's the best time of the year. Now I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and when you walk down the street, say hello to friends you know and everyone you meet. Oh, the mistletoe is hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you, kiss her once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Mistletoe is hung where you can see. Somebody waits for you, kiss her once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is a new bird. To sing a love song while we stroll along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman. We'll pretend that here's Parson Brown. He'll say I am married, we'll say no man, but you can do.
What awesome shots. So now our next two segments are about the end of the semester and finals, brought to you by Brooke Walper and Vincent Landeros.
At Upland High School, finals are just around the corner. The first semester of the 2017 to 2018 school year is ending. In most classes, students are required to take a final. Students can begin prepping for their finals as early as 2 or 3 months ahead of time. Many students become very stressed and anxious.
I had to take 3 finals this year, and I had 2 projects to turn in as like a final grade for the semester.
I had to take 4 finals this year and turn in 1 final project for my final grade.
If I have a project due for a class, then I take about a week or 2 ahead of time and I start planning out and working on all of it. But if I have a test, then I usually study the first 2, maybe only 1 night before.
I begin preparing for my finals like weeks before. I start paying attention to my teachers and start, trying to figure it out more. However, like for actual studying, I don't usually start till like 2 nights before, probably most of the time, depending on how hard the subject is for me.
I do consider that I get anxious and stressed out during finals just because it determines so much of my grade, and it kind of freaks me out that it could drop just because I did bad on one test when I've been doing better the rest of the semester.
Yes, I do get really anxious and stressed out during finals because I try to work really hard during the year to get good grades, and then it makes me really nervous to think that it could just drop my entire grade from this one test. So that's why I get really anxious during this time.
So to study, I usually make Quizlets, or I pay attention to my teachers a lot more in December just because I know that whatever they're saying is probably going to be on the final. But to ease my nerves, I usually take a break for a while, or I'll not do anything about it and just let it eat me alive.
To study, I just kind of make Quizlets. I study old notes that teachers have given me, and I ask my friends what they're studying to see if they have any other type of way. And to ease my nerves, I'll take a little break or try and not think about it so much and just know that I can do a good job on it if I just try and work hard at that time.
Finals can be very emotionally tolling on students everywhere. Students tend to think more negatively and be much more doubtful around their final exams. Studies show that 64% of students worry that their exams are going to negatively affect their grades and academic performance. Around finals, students need to take their time studying and pace themselves. If they are getting too worried, they can take a break or find another way to take their mind off of things. If students can ease their minds around finals and have an optimistic outlook, their week or two of testing can go by in a breeze.
A final examination or final is a test given to students at the end of an academic term. They most often occur in high schools, colleges, and universities. The purpose of these tests are to make a final review of the topics covered and assess each student's knowledge of the subject covered throughout the course. A final exam can be perceived as a greater form of a unit test. They hold the same objective, but finals are just larger. Occasionally, they can be worth for a large percentage of a grade, about 10 through 20% in high school and a possibly 50% at the college level. There are various methods in which students prepare for these exams, and each school typically holds them at the end of an academic term. A majority of Upland High School classes give final examinations to its students at the end of each semester. The final exam schedule for fall 2017 will be held the last week, Tuesday, December 19th to Thursday, December 21st, prior to winter break.
I personally prepare for finals by studying a lot with friends. I like going to coffee shops with them and drinking coffee and just bonding over how much stress we have.
To prepare for my final exams, I usually just go over any worksheets or tests that I initially took throughout the semester, and I especially review the ones that I did not understand or had trouble getting through.
Well, I really like to study whatever kind of study guides my teachers give me. If there is no specific study guide that has what material is going to be on the test, I like to try and find any kind of worksheets that have a majority of the information on them, because it's just easier to have all of the information the teacher provided to you to study.
Okay, so with the first question pertaining to how I study for finals, it's really important to make sure you go over the main key points of the lessons. Make sure to go from the beginning of the semester lessons to as of currently. I also give myself time to relax and take time for myself, because although finals are stressful, you need to make sure to take care of yourself in order to actually do good on the finals. I also like to indulge in apps such as Khan Academy or Quizlet and test myself on those as well.
For the most part, I think that a final exam grade does go over everything that you learn, so whether you do good on that or bad on that really does reflect if you learn the entire thing.
Okay, I believe finals are an accurate representation of what I learned in the semester. Final tests you cumulatively on all the lessons and all the things that you learned throughout the semester. So it's really important to make sure not only did you retain it, but you remember it and are able to reflect that back into your answers and the multiple choice and all the things that they do test so well. I think it just really depends on the class, personally. I know with a full workload, things can get kind of boggled and messy. So I think in some classes it is, but then in others it may not be.
Well, I think it's definitely hard to condense the 4 months that you're in school into the course of a 100-question quiz or whatever. But I think that to some extent it is capable of measuring the amount that you retain certain information. I just don't know exactly to what extent that is.
Students will have 2 tests on each day and about 2 hours to complete each exam. Many of them have dedicated much of their time to the completion of their work and study. We wish them best luck to the success in each of their tests.
Testing can be hard, but I feel like us at Upland High School make it look like a breeze.
We pretty much do, but we also like to have a little bit of fun. So let's go over to Select's Miura as she's going behind the scenes of Senior Ball.
Senior Ball is a celebration dance for seniors to celebrate senior year.
Senior Ball is a dance for UHS seniors only where we celebrate being seniors, so it's kind of our chance to be away from all the other classes. Senior Ball is like a dance for all the seniors, just like celebrate their last year of high school with just like all the other seniors.
Well, we first had to hire a DJ, which we just got done doing, and we had to book the venue, and we had to work on decorations and advertisements and getting gift cards and whatnot to raffle off.
We picked the location back in like 2014 and it's kind of just stuck with us, so we didn't really get to choose where it was. It's just carried on throughout the years.
The senior class of ASB is in charge.
It's $20 before the break and then $30 after, and it's at the Victoria Garden Center.
And last but certainly not least, Laura Redden has a fascinating segment on Christmas decorations.
Today we are making Christmas decor. You will need yarn, a hot glue gun, glue sticks, a paper mache cone, green paint, a paintbrush, Christmas bling stickers, a crochet needle, and foam sheets. First, paint the paper mache cone green. Then you want to take your yarn and make a chain stitch to wrap around the paper mache cone. Then, glue the chain stitch around the paper mache cone. Then you want to wrap the string lights around the paper mache cone. Then you want to glue the Christmas bling stickers on the top of the yarn. Then take the foam sheets and make a star. Cut it out and you will have a star for your mini Christmas tree.
Thank you for tuning in to the UTV News. I am Bryce Jenkins.
And I'm Sierra Sheridan.
Happy holidays.